Okay, so here, right, this is the last thing that we have to do for the end of the month to wrap up our journal, right? So in this case, right, we're going to be completing the unadjusted trial balance because we reached the end of the month. There is no more to it than just the end of the month. That means we're wrapping up, we're starting to wrap up and start doing the closing process. Okay, so we need to complete the unadjusted trial balance, make our adjustments, and then close out our books, right? Do our financial statements, close out the books. Okay, so in this case, right, we are looking at doing the unadjusted trial balance. And this time I want you to use main accounts. So if you notice this in your ledger, right, you can tell the difference between your main accounts and your sub accounts, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I look at my chart of accounts, okay, that's what I want to show you, right? My main accounts are going to be anything that's in capital letters, right? So underneath the bank,
Mm-hmm. I'm checking.
right? You have checking and you have petty cash and you have cash on hand. That is all considered your bank. Okay.
Yes.
Same thing with was it business supplies, right? Medium cups, large cups, sugar and creamer. Those are all going to be considered business supplies. So what I want you to do is I want you to create a unadjusted trial balance using the main accounts. Now, how do I do that? Now that my whole bank account or my whole general or my whole trial balance, right, from my previous trial balance is all in main and sub accounts. Well, that's very easy, okay? I'm not going to make it that much harder for you. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to go ahead and, right, only thing you need here is just the ledger and just the financial forms. Okay? What I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you make an exact copy of this exact trial balance here, right? And I'm going to name it unadjusted trial balance. So I'm going to delete this one right here, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm going to create a copy of week 4, okay, trial balance, right? So I got to move or make a copy. So in this case, I need to remember to make a copy, and I'm going to put it right in front of the adjusted trial balance and click OK. So there you go. I have a second copy of week 4 stuff, okay? And I'm going to rename it by double clicking on it and name this the unadjusted.
We're gonna use the how we call that, the main account.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to do the trial balance from the 29 and the 30th that we did.
No,
Every
that is considered the unadjusted trial balance. Is that, see, the last one that we did was on the 28th. So the 29th and the 30th is going to be considered the unadjusted trial balance because you're at the end of the accounting period. Uh-huh.
So that's we doing normal on December or something like that.
Normal what?
If you close the date that we close the accounting period is when at the end of the year.
At the end of the month.
Or
In this case, it's the end of the month.
every single month.
In this
Yeah,
case,
no, in this case, but no, normal.
in normal
Regular.
cases, a monthly closing out the accounting period is normal because if you've seen it, like, you're more likely to see the difference between profitability on a month-to-month basis. Because if you do it every day, that's kind of hard to measure, right? Because it's going to be very, very slow changes. If you do it every week, that's up to you. But remember, the accounting period is when you schedule to complete the accounting cycle. Now, if it's going to take us 4 days to complete the accounting cycle, what do you think would be the best way to measure or close out your accounting period? How often? Do you think a month-to-month basis would be easier than a week-to-week basis if it takes you 4 days to do?
A month.
Yeah, right? Be realistic, right?
Yeah.
Especially if, think about like major corporations like Walmart or, like Walmart, right? They have billions of transactions every single day because they have multiple stores within multiple states and multiple locations, right? So that means,
Yes.
what do you think would be the best way to report their earnings?
Weekly.
Yeah,
Yes.
you would most likely
Yes.
think weekly because they have so many transactions that it's going to take them forever to complete the
To
accounting
complete
cycle.
everything.
So a weekly thing would be necessary because you don't want to back up 30 days. 30 days times a billion is 30 billion transactions, right? You don't want to go through all that.
No, that's a lot.
That is a lot, and that's why you pay the big boys to do those kind of things. Right? You pay the big bucks for the big accounting firms to do all that work for them.
But to do that work.
Exactly. But yes, something like that, you would probably want to do it either every week just to ensure that you don't make any mistakes along the way. But for something like this, a small company, a month to month basis is normal because you could see your profitability that way. But definitely, it just depends on what makes sense to you as a
On
company.
the size of the company.
And the size of the company, correct, and the size of transactions too. So in this case, right, my transactions there's a lot of them, but it's not enough to make such a huge impact. Okay.
Yeah, we can do every month. Yeah. All right.
Okay, so here you go. I made a copy. I made this one. This is going to be the unadjusted trial balance. Okay, ending as of June 30th. Okay. So this is what I wanted you to do, okay? Instead of having to remove all of these accounts because we worked so hard just to put all these accounts in here. That's like over, let's see how many total accounts we have here. That's over 69 accounts that we have to put here. And we have to add a little more, right? Because we have other factors, right? So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to insert a column in between here, okay?
Yes.
Okay, so let me move this over so I can shrink this one. Right?
Okay.
And what I'm going to do here is I'm also going to insert a column in between here. And what these are going to represent is this is going to be, again, my debits, and this is going to be my credits. But one column, right, is for the main account, and the other column is for the other main account. So one side, okay, so one side of the debit is going to be for the main accounts. This one's going to be all accounts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually insert a bunch of rows in here, so then it reflects that each item is being, met with the correct information, right? So in this case, right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my very, very first account in here, which is going to be including my bank account, okay? And what I'm going to do here too is I'm also going to, since I need to make a difference between the accounts, right? I need to make sure that I know which ones are my main accounts and which one are my sub accounts, right? So in this case, I'm going to make this a different color. All right? And what I like to do is I like to use blue. Okay? You can definitely see the difference between blue and black, right? And I'm going to make this whole entire row. Okay, so every time I punch a number in here or do a formula, this is also going to be in the color blue. Okay? Same thing with this row right here, right? This row right here is going to be in blue. Okay? So, once again, this is what I want you to do. And so instead of having to go in and out of all the work that you've already entered in, what I want you to do is I want you to continue entering in all of the information according to the accounts that are listed. So let's first start off with my checking account. Okay? My checking account. How much is in my checking account right now?
13,696 and 68.
So 13,69368, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How much is in my petty cash drawer?
500.
Good. And my cash in
310.
register?
310.
Or yeah, cash in register. And the next one's going to be accounts receivable. Now in this case, right, I know for a fact that my bank account, right, is going to consist these accounts, right? It's going to include my checking account.
Checking
It's going to
accounts.
include my petty cash
Petty
and
cash.
my
Cash
cash
in
in the
register.
register. So I'm going to add those all up. So in this case right here, my total bank account is going to equal $14,503.68 because I added them all up together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Okay.
And that's what I want to do instead of having to. So then again, the left side right here in this column right here in blue is all going to be my main accounts. Well, I'm going to leave my black ones, right? My standard, all of my accounts. So then I don't have to do more work to have to type everything in there and calculate it by hand. In this case, I have it. So then when I'm done with this, I can just simply hide my my column C and column E here, so then I just only see my main accounts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yep.
And that's what I want you to do. Okay? So then let's see. The next one is going to be accounts receivable. Accounts receivable is going to be a main account. So I changed that to blue, right? Now in this case, right, so far I only have my one account, which is accounts receivable. So it's going to equal whatever that column is. Okay? So in this case, whatever's in this column is going to be the same in this column.
The same. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so all I did was just equal this one, and it just reflects the same exact amount. So that means if I do change that black amount, it will change the blue amount automatically. So in this case, how much is in my accounts receivable account?
1,531 and 95 cents.
Okay, 1531.95. So therefore, I have 1531.95 in my blue column as well. Okay, then that's what I want you to do. So it makes it a little more easier, right? I don't have an allowance for doubtful accounts yet because that is an adjustment entry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we'll do that in the when we finish the adjusted trial balance. Okay. So then the next thing here is going to be business supplies. Business supplies, which we know, okay, we need to add an account there because this includes, right?
Medium. Okay.
Okay, it includes my medium cups, my large cups, my sugar,
cups, the sugar,
and my creamer.
and the creamer.
Okay? So I'm just putting the equal sum there so then when I make my changes, like it will change automatically for me. Okay? So under my medium cups, how many cups do I have?
Okay. 378 and 87 cents.
Okay? What about my large cups?
568.33.
568.33. What about my sugar?
Sugar 64.8.
That didn't change? Okay. What about my creamer?
538 and 89.
Okay, so that didn't change. So there you go.
The same.
So that means I have a total of business supplies to be $1550.89. Okay. That's my total business supplies. Okay. Next thing I have here is office supplies. Okay, so office supplies is a main account. So in this case, I'm just going to change this color to blue. All right. Whatever's in, there's only one office account supply, right?
Mm-hmm.
So whatever's in this column is going to be the same in this column. So in this case, I have 150, right? Same thing here. I have 150. Okay. Now let's talk about, let's see what's next. Inventory. So inventory,
Oh.
I have to create a new account, right? For inventory.
Mm-hmm.
Inventory. All right, inventory for this one is going to include my regular coffee and my supreme coffee.
Supreme. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, so in this
And
case,
and the ceramic mug too.
well, did we have ceramic mugs yet? We haven't done our
Mm.
periodic inventory yet. That's the end. That's an adjustment
Oh, yeah.
entry.
Mm-hmm.
So in this case, we don't have it just yet. So that would be the
Just-
next adjusted trial balance. We'll add that in there. Okay. So again, here, regular coffee.
Just 10,
How much do I have left?
28.
2082. What about my supreme coffee?
Supreme coffee. Let's see. I cannot see. You have to go down.
Oh, sorry. I didn't go down enough. Okay, there you go.
132 is 74.
132.74. Okay, 132.74. All right, so that gives me a total inventory balance of 153.56.
56.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No ceramic coffee mugs yet. So the next thing I have is furniture.
Yes,
Okay,
that's main account too.
that's a main account. So I'm going to go ahead and insert a row here for furniture. Okay, and what's going to be included under furniture is going to be my tables and chairs.
Wasn't chair. Depreciation table. Oh no, now the counter,
The counter, the desk.
the display shelves,
Mm-hmm.
and that's all.
So in this case, let's take a look at my tables and chairs. Is it the same? 66508.
Yep.
Okay.
It is the same.
My counter is 1,193. Okay.
Yes.
My desk is still 658.
Mm-hmm.
And my display shelves is still 57708. Okay. So in this case, my grand total furniture is 9,033 and 75 cents. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next we have here is office equipment.
Equipment.
Okay, so office equipment. So I'm going to insert a row here.
Okay, so we have the computer, printer, cash register, and that's, I think so. Okay. So this is another account. Here we go.
Okay.
So we have the computer, the printer, the cash register.
So let's take a look. Okay.
That's all.
Computer. How much was my
Yeah.
computer?
1,834.84.
Good. So that's still the same. My printer is still 378.87. And then last but not least, my register is still 649.49.
Yeah.
Therefore, my total amount of office equipment is still 2,863 and 20 cents. Okay. So then what is next?
So we have equipment.
Yes, we have an equipment. So let me go ahead and insert this equipment. Right? Equipment's going to be,
The grinder and the brewer.
okay, grinder and brewer. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And if we had the same,
Okay. So how much is my grinder?
4,500 the same.
Good. And the grinder?
The same.
The same. So in this case, right, my office equipment, my equipment is for $8,650.86. Okay. And in this case, I have a truck. right? That's going to be considered a
Vehicle. It is a
vehicle.
main account.
Main account is vehicle. Okay, in this case, the only thing I have in my vehicles is going to be my truck.
Here's the truck.
So whatever the truck is going to be whatever my vehicle account is. So in this case, right, we have my truck to be 32,208.90. Okay, that's it.
Yep.
Next I have here is prepaid
Prepaid
accounts. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight all of these because these are all our main accounts, right?
Main account.
Prepaid accounts.
Paid
How much is
accounts.
my prepaid accounts?
Oops. 6,600. The same.
Okay, it's the same. So prepaid accounts is still $6,654.17. What about my deposits?
The same.
It's the same, right? Still $1,700. What about my goodwill?
It's still the same.
It's still the same at $2,100. And last but not least, miscellaneous expense.
Miscellaneous. The same.
It's the same. It's still zero. So in this case, you can choose to eliminate this, right? You don't necessarily need this because it doesn't affect the account whatsoever. So you could choose to eliminate it or choose to keep it. In this case, I'm just going to keep it. It doesn't do anything to me. So
Doesn't do anything.
okay. So then now we're going to head into liabilities. Okay, so we finish our assets. So here, liabilities, right? My main account here is accounts payable. So I'm going to go ahead and
Change.
highlight this and change it to blue.
And this
Okay.
payable and not payable.
Yes, so accounts payable. So make sure you are on the credit side this time.
Credit side.
Okay? So in this case, accounts payable, I only have one account for accounts payable. So in this case, how much is my total accounts payable?
3,885 and 21 cents.
3,885.21.
That's
3,885.21. Okay. Okay. What about my Visa payable?
Visa payable. 1,885.89. It changed to
1,885.89.
89.
1,885.89. Right? And of course, that's what the main account for that one is because they're the same. Okay. What about my notes payable? Oh, I went too far. What about my notes payable?
Not payable. The same, no? Yeah,
Yep.
the same.
Yep, it did not change here. We didn't make any payments. Okay. So then now I have a main account called payroll liabilities. Okay, so therefore I need to insert payroll liabilities.
You have
Okay.
a lot of account.
Yes, there's a lot of accounts under payroll liabilities, right? We need to include
Salaries and
okay, so we'll hold on to that. So in this case we need FITW. We need OASC, so Social Security, we need Medicare, we need company FICA, FUTA, SUTA, and workers' compensation. That's all going to be.
commission payable.
We don't have commissions payable, do we?
Commission payable. We're supposed to have it, no? The account for the.
Well, let's see. Do I have an account balance for salaries and wages payable?
No.
No, there's nothing there yet. So there's no need to include it. Okay. What about my commissions? Nothing's there, right? So nothing there. So there's no need to put in there.
Okay.
What about my FITW?
Yeah, we're supposed to have something. Yes, 4016.
Yes, so this didn't change. What about my Social Security?
Social Security 3373.
It's still
Yes, we
set.
do.
Yep, it's still 3373. What about my Medicare?
Mm-hmm. The same.
It's the same, $7.89. What about my company FICA?
The same.
It's the same. FUTA,
They're the same.
SUTA, and workers' compensation, they're all the same. So in this case, I
Mhm.
have a grand total of $179.76 worth
Mm-hmm.
of payroll liabilities. Okay, good.
Yes.
So then what's the next account? Utilities
Utility
payable.
payable.
Anything there?
Not yet, I think so.
No, nothing there, right? We
Not
haven't
yet.
incurred telephone, um, electricity. We haven't received a bill yet. Okay.
Not yet.
What about
Mm-hmm.
unearned revenue?
Yeah, we do.
We do, but what's the account balance?
It is from the 30th. Yeah, we have to add
But
that.
is there any account balance in my unearned revenue?
Nope.
No. So in this case, if I add it, it won't make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then the next one is going to be sales tax
Sales
payable.
tax payable. Yes, we should
100%.
have
Yes,
that.
for sure. We have sales tax payable. Okay. My total amount of sales tax payable, right, is going to be the same here. So what is the amount of my sales tax payable?
2046.11 cents.
2046.11. Okay. Is my total sales tax payable.
Just,
Okay.
yep.
Do I have any interest payable?
Nope.
No, not yet. Okay. And
It's a main
then,
account, right? Yeah.
loans is a main account. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Did I take any business loans?
Nope.
But I have a
Mm,
truck loan.
yeah.
Okay. So in this case, I'm going to insert a new line
The track
here.
loan?
For the loans.
For the loan. Do you make difference between the truck and like equipment and okay.
In this case, no, there's no difference because loans is the main account. Truck loan is the only loan that you have there. In case you do take a business loan, then it would add it to loans. But in this
So
case,
we
go ahead.
the business loan and the truck loan there are no main account. There are just
These,
sub
yeah,
account.
these are sub
Loans there are.
accounts. Yeah, loans is the main account. Good.
Mhm.
So there you go. Right. So good so far.
Yep.
Okay. So let's take a look at equity.
Done.
Now in this case, equity, they're all main accounts
All
because
main account.
there is no categories, right? They're all going to be main accounts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because they all affect equity in some way.
Yes.
Okay, so owner's withdrawal, what's the amount there?
Um, 30 $30,000.
It's
The
still
same.
it's still $30,000. What about my owner capital contributions? Nothing there, right?
No, nothing yet.
What about my owner's
3,000.
withdrawal? It is $3,000. So make sure you're on the correct columns.
Yep.
Okay. These are main accounts. And then last but not least, is there any income summary?
Nope.
No. Okay. So now we're going to move into sales. Now, sales is going to be the largest section here because sales will include the sales regular coffee, supreme coffee, ceramic coffee mugs, medium coffee, regular coffee, medium. It's all of that, right? So I'm going to go ahead and insert a line here to reflect my total sales. Okay. So again, my total sales is going to include my regular coffee, supreme coffee, coffee mugs, medium regular, large regular, medium supreme, and large supreme.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Those are all going to be considered under sales. So let's take a look at our first sale here for our our regular coffee.
So 1,394.96 cents.
$13.94.96. 13.94.96. Oops.
96? Yeah.
$13.94.96. Oh wait. Whoa. Okay. $13.94.96.
96.
Okay. Good. Okay. What about my Supreme coffee?
1,436 and 40 cents.
1436.40. 1436.40. Okay. What about my ceramic coffee mugs?
1,763 and 91 cents.
1763.91. 1763.91. Thank you. Okay. What about my medium supreme medium regular coffee?
Regular coffee, 5,000, 522,176.
5
22176.
522176. Okay. And then my my large regular.
It is 650325.
650325. Okay.
Yep.
And then my medium supreme.
5,000. This is the last line I usually.
Oh, sorry. There you go.
Up, here we go. 665577. 665577. This looks like a fun number.
Yes. Okay. And then last but not least, my sales for the large Supreme coffee.
7,524.44.
752444. Okay, good. Okay. So that might have a whole total sales of $30,549.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep, good. So then we have to talk about sales returns and allowances. Okay, so sales returns and allowances is a contra account.
19.
Okay, so you can choose to highlight this if it's a contra account.
So you put it, that's like a main account or
in this case, a contra account can be main or sub account. In this case, it will function as a contra account. So it's supposed to be in capital letters. I don't know why I didn't put it as a capital letter, but it's okay. So in this case, what is my total returns and allowances?
It's 1996.
Right, the same. Right. What about my delivery income? I'm sorry, discount.
Sales discount. Discount, we have 1,979.
Okay. And then what about my delivery income?
Okay. $300.
Okay, so it's $300. So therefore, in this column, it's going to say $300. Okay.
Interest income, no, nothing.
Yeah, interest income, nothing. So then, let's see what's next. Cost of goods sold.
Goods sold expenses. Yep.
Okay,
Cost
so
of goods sold.
we need to create. The main account is called cost of goods sold.
So we have cost of goods sold,
which is going to include my regular coffee and Supreme. Good. Okay. So regular coffee for cost of goods sold.
1,407.68. This is a main account.
$1407.68.
768.
Okay. And then my cost of goods sold for Supreme Coffee.
It is 1489.51.
Okay. So that means I have a total cost of goods sold of $2,897.19, right? Because we haven't done periodic inventory yet, right? We haven't done our conversion entry yet, so we don't have ceramic coffee mugs. And we'll talk about the cost of material when we dive into the adjustments, yeah. So last section we have here is going to be all of my expenses. So starting from the first one,
Advertisement.
we have advertising expense. So I'm gonna highlight
Advertisement.
I'm gonna come to highlight all the way up to insurance.
Sure, there are about almost all of them.
Almost all of them, yeah. So advertising expense, how much is that?
Let me see. 185.
So it's still 185.
Mm-hmm.
Oops. Okay. What about my bank fees? Don't have any yet.
Nothing.
Okay. What about my business expense?
Business expense, $1,000, the same.
Mm-hmm. What about my freight expense?
Freight expense, 500, the same.
Still 500, right? What about my insurance expense?
195.83.
195.83. Okay. What about my labor expense? So in this case, labor expense is going to be a main account.
Main account.
And that's going to include my subcontractor and my temporary accounts, right? Temporary work. Okay. So let's take a look. How much was my subcontractor?
1,000, the same.
1890. And then my temporary?
252.
Okay, so that gives me a grand total of $2,142. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Now we have loss on disposal asset.
Well, first we have license.
License. Yeah, license. We have 375.
375. Loss is still 2,000. Right?
Mm-hmm.
We haven't done office supplies expense yet. That's going to be considered an adjustment entry. So nothing there yet. And then let's see. What about payroll expense?
Nope.
Well, it is a main account.
Actually, it's gonna be salary, wage, and
Correct, right? We're going to include, so this is payroll expense, which is going to include your salaries, your commissions, and your payroll taxes.
tax expense. Yep.
Yes. Okay, so let's see. Salaries is still 544.
544.
Okay. Your commissions 140.18, and then last but not least, payroll tax liabilities is still 97.98. Okay.
The purchase expense.
Next is purchase expense. So in this case, purchase expense.
We do have a purchase expense for 1,092 and yep, 20.
So nothing happened there.
Nope.
Okay. Now again, purchase returns and allowances is a contra account, so this is actually supposed to be considered, a blue account.
A main account. Okay.
So how much is my purchase returns and allowances?
$12 and $12.40.
$22.24.
Oh, 20. Okay, 22, 25. I just saw the.
No worries. Okay. And then let me see, last but not least is rent expense. The only thing, right? We don't have a purchase discount.
We don't have no travel, no utilities, no bad debt, no nothing yet.
Okay, so rent expense is still 15,
It's
no
still
travels,
same
no
50.
utilities, no bad debt, depreciation or amortization. So
Mm,
1500 is my
yes, I
last
1500 last
expense. Yep.
the rest of that all of them.
Okay.
Mhm.
So let's go ahead and compute my equation here.
So the purchases discount, it is main account or it is sub account?
It's going to be definitely a main account.
A main account? Oh,
Uh-huh.
because you put it on small 61 550. It is purchase discount. Okay. Mm-hmm. Right. So we're done. We don't the chartered account.
Well, we are going to measure up my total debits and credits. So here I have 98,661.08.
69.
All
Mm-hmm.
right, and let's compare, right? The
Yes.
blue numbers minus this is going to equal 0, and my black numbers minus this is 0. So again, my
Mm-hmm.
blue numbers match, so I am good. No discrepancies there, right? I have
Discrepancies.
for my main accounts, I have a total of 98,691.09 on the debit,
Mm-hmm.
and I have 98,691.09 on the credit side. And I have
Mm-hmm.
98,601.09 for the main accounts. I mean, for all the accounts, and same thing on the left side. So they're all equal right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, good.
Okay.
So that means we can move on to the next one because we are done with the adjusted trial balance, right? Everything panned out perfectly. So file save, save, save. Okay. And
Okay.
that is it for the adjusted trial balance. Okay, so that means when we do our adjustments, right, we're going to have to add more accounts because they will affect the rest of this scenario here. Okay, any
Mm-hmm.
questions so far?
No. No. It's not.